Good morning. Let's get started here. We're going to do a little short half hour of just gentle yoga today. So I want you to put your blocks and blankets somewhere near so we can flow like water and really move today in a way that certainly is like helpful to being just more flexible with your day. So sometimes we feel like we're going, rushing, and then it's pretty intense on our body, hard on our body, stressful on our body. And today, this practice, let's just get in and go with the flow. Make some movements that are subtle, yet profoundly effective for our nervous system. So just moving, gentle, slow, getting the waistline to open up. If this is uncomfortable, take your feet out. We have lots of ways to move and stretch and flow. We're just going to take it over, and then with the little twist, pull it back up. Inhale, exhale, over. Little twist, pull it back up. Inhale, exhale, over. Inhale. Let's go one more time each side. Inhale. Last time. And then bring the feet forward. Give a little shake out. Turning the toes side to side. And give a little pat to the legs. We'll take a bend in the knee. I'm going to turn. Bend in the knee. Lean forward. Taking hold of the toes. Lifting up through the back. So if you're rounding here to reach the toes, I'm going to just pull that kyphosis out of the upper back and upright it a little bit more so the belly and rib is against the thigh. If you can shoot the legs out or scoot the hips back a little bit more, then we'll start to fully stretch. And what we'll do is just take one arm, reach it forward. So you get a little more length. So my fingers are here. You just measure that. And then take it up and then over and really stretch. And now my fingers, that's a couple inches more. I do it again. To the right. Really working to stretch out the whole low back and the cross pattern of your fascia. So you've got bands that cross in the front and then go down the back. And those bands, when they're tight, restrict our movement. So we want to really open up, create some flow and freedom. And the way to do it is really counter to what we do to exercise. It's not the repetitive motion. It's like flowing motion, twists and moves that are supple and soft and not jerky. So we'll do that today. Let's go on your back. Bring the knees into the chest and rock side to side. We'll plant the feet to the floor. You can rise with the hips, inhale, and then exhale, lower back down. The name of the game here is just subtle. Ease in, ease back out. Lifting the hips, pressing down through the feet. And we're going to shift the weight onto the right leg and really stretch open here. And shift the weight onto the left leg and reach it open, and then bring the hips back down to the earth. Rock the pelvis. And then slide your block underneath the hips. So it's just a little bit of a boost, a bolster up. And you can use a pillow. You want something that you can anchor into though. So a stiff pillow is better. Bring the right knee into the chest, a little bit out to the side, and then up diagonally towards your left shoulder, and then straight on again. One, straight on, right knee to right shoulder, just barely out to the side. Don't make this big movement. It can be subtle. And then aim it towards your left shoulder. Then bring it straight on again and extend the left leg to the sky. Inhale, exhale, drop the leg. It's really definitely easy. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower. Flexing the heel, lower the leg towards the floor, hover. Inhale, point the foot and come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, point and lift. Last one. We're going to bend the left knee. Bring the heel to the floor and slide it all the way straight. Reach, 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 reach. It'll pull you back up onto the block. You should feel pretty high centered. And then just one more time, draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder, out to the side slightly, and then to the diagonal. And then bring your left knee in, right foot to the floor. How about rotate through the ankle for a moment? My whole body really wants that joint mobility efforting today. Let's bring the knee right up towards the shoulder. So left knee, left shoulder. And then just take it a little bit outside the shoulder, an inch or two to the diagonal, and then an inch or two inside the shoulder. So diagonally, the knee is pointing towards your right shoulder. And again, straight on, knee to shoulder. And then outside the shoulder, big breath in, big breath out. And across the body, diagonally towards the right shoulder. And then hold it steady here. Bring the right leg up to the sky. Flex the foot. Inhale, press the heel up to the sky, and exhale, lower the heel towards the floor. Point the toe and raise the leg. Inhale, flex, exhale, lower. Point, inhale, lift, flex, exhale, lower. Keeping the legs straight, that pattern up and down, slow and gentle. Last one. And bring it all the way back up to center. The knee to the chest. Then bring the right heel to the floor. And then scoot it forward. So you're sliding or gliding the heel against the floor to bring the thigh bone closer to the floor. As you can see here, top of the thigh bone is really pressing down, opening up the hip flexor. Oh, that's such a great stretch. It's a big one. And release. Bring your left leg to meet your right. The arms come overhead. Stretch it long. Full body vessel mudra. Bend the knees. Raise the hips and remove the block. Lowering the hips to the floor. Pelvic tilts. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pelvic tilt, lift. Exhale, rock it back. And then take the feet just a little bit wider. Drop the knees over to the right. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Turn the head right and the knees to the left. And we're going to do this. You don't need a block. Do this with a little bit more movement. So let me show you how that's going to go. You'll rotate, bring the knees to center. As I go to the right, I'm going to lift the left arm over my head if I've got that reach, that range of motion, and circle it around to meet my right hand. You could also just choose to bring the hand across the shoulder and then open the knees back up over to your left side, right arm across the shoulder or over the head. So we're rolling from side to side. Might have to move things out of the way. So I'm going from right to left to right, right to left, very close to the floor. And the movement is like water seeping into the cracks and over the floor. Like when water runs, it flows everywhere. So you want your body not to be rigid or stuck, but flowing. And it might feel uncomfortable for the muscles and bones to be acting that way. That just means you have some tightness, some stiffness, and the fascia is very, needs some hydration. Let's go one more time. Keeping to the left will help yourself up to seated. Shake it out. Come on to a block. So come to a kneeling position, the block between the ankles, and sit back on the heels, Vajrasana. Bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale and exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms wide and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, arms wide and back to the heart. And then we reverse that down to your side. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, shoot the fingers up like a blade or rocket ship. Open through the crown of the head and a back around, bringing the hands to the belly and it to the heart. Inhale up, exhale, hands to heart. And then prayer wheel, circle forward through the hands. So when you're circling or doing the prayer with the hands, we start with the palms together. Let me turn a little bit here so you can see better. Palms together, and then the fingers move forward. We keep the wrists touching as you roll and rotate around. I don't think too heavily about it, but just try it. Circles. Nice. Releasing the hands to the floor or to the lap. Bring your thumb and pointer finger to touch together. The rest of the fingers extended. Lifting up tall, press down through the sit bones. Can you feel your sit bones on the block? You want that energy to be right on top of the sit bones, so the weight is squarely centered, not rolling back on the sit bones or forward, but square. Take a deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. And then we'll take it in a 4-part sequence. Inhale 4 counts. Hold at the top with Mula Bandha, so you're squeezing the pelvic floor. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing and holding the out breath for 4. Pelvic floor lift. Release the pelvic floor, or that Mula Bandha. Inhale 4 counts. 2. Hold. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Naturally squeezing the pelvic floor and then release it. Inhale. Hold. Taking all the muscles contracting from the pelvic floor up towards the navel like a vacuum. You need to get that right action. Make sure you're not pressing down, but that you're drawing up with the muscles. And release it. And hold again, Mula Bandha. So that's called Mula Bandha. Release, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold with Mula Bandha. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold the out breath. One more on your own. And then take a regular breath once you've completed. We'll come onto the hands and knees. You can move the block aside for a moment. Hands and knees. And take big circle motion. So coming here, hips way back. Circling around, moving the shoulders. And then let's go the opposite direction. Circle, shoulders, hips moving around. Cat cow, inhale, let the hips drop. Pull the belly in firm. Keep that harmony, action, balance of pulling the belly in even as we stretch it. And then exhale, push the hips back to the heels. In a child's pose, doing that again. Inhale, coming forward. Keep a fantastic pull in the lower belly. Boost out of the low back. Exhale back. Lengthening the side body. Inhale forward again. Exhale back. Inhale forward and come all the way down onto the belly. We'll work the back side for a moment. Forehead to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the floor and point the toes back. So we've got a pretty good line of energy from the sit bones out through the feet. Support the forehead with your forearms. Press into the top of the feet till the knee lift off the ground. Anchor the hips and then flex the feet and tone the hamstring, bending the knees. Inhale, exhale, extend back out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend, drawing the navel in. Sit bones towards the heels one more time. Keep the tops of the feet to the earth and raise the right leg. Exhale, lower. Left leg raises. Use the inner thighs to keep the legs close together. Inhale, lift. They're not touching, but definitely some power there. Lift left leg. Exhale, lower. Tone the low belly. Make sure the hips are stable and lower. Again, just alternating legs. With the inhale and the exhale, both legs lift. Inhale. Both legs lower. Exhale. Keep the legs long, toned. Inhale. Exhale, lower. One more. So we're really starting to wake up the posterior chain here. And you definitely feel it in your inner thighs. Shake the hips side to side and bring the arms by the side. So even with the middle of the chest, thumbs extended, elbows pulling in and back, and do a little baby cobra. Your gaze should be just straight forward, lengthening the back of the neck until you feel this somewhere in towards the low back and mid upper back. Pull and anchor through the pelvis. Lift a little higher, not very much. We're not pushing with the arms yet, just the back. And then arms come in jet airplane. I'm going to fly to the right, opening up that side body. Fly to the left, opening up the opposite side, back to center, and then claw, bring the arms to the earth. Out wide, fingertips pressing into the floor, and lift a little bit higher. Keep the belly toned, heart melt, shoulders on the back and away from the ears, and then lower back down. Reach the right arm forward. So we're going to take a big claw of the earth and pull length out of the side body and bring it back, and do the same thing through the left. Anchor the tops of the fingers into the mat. Pull and lengthen that whole side body. So we're just doing a big elongation through the side body. Stretching. Nice. And then bring the hands back to the center. We'll interlace the fingers here behind the base of the spine. Lift and raise into Shalabhasana. Exhale, take the legs off the ground. Squeeze the inner thighs, hold steady. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, lengthen. Keep the neck long, shoulder blades down. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, release. Shaking the hips side to side. And bring the hands to the side. Turn the toes under. Let's lift it back onto the hands and knees. Sit back in a puppy pose. So the hands reach forward. The hips are high, forehead to the mat. Deep, long breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then tuck the hands back under. We'll reach the right arm, thread it through the left, and bring the shoulder down. Pop up onto the finger pads. Rotate through the upper back. Full breath in, full breath out. Option to bring your left arm around to your back pocket. And watch the safety of the neck. If your ear is touching the floor, then we're collapsing in the neck. Make sure that you're not doing that. The side of the head is pressing against the mat. Come out slow and gentle. Plant the left hand, kickstand the left leg, and reach the right leg back. And come into a side body, opening through, lengthening through that side. We'll take a big circle all the way around with the arm, mandala style. Plant the right hand back to earth, hands and knees. Make sure you've got something that supports the knees too. Sometimes this can be hard on the knees. One more. We'll take the left arm here and reach a little twist, and then thread the arm through right side. The back of the arm is supporting you. So from your fingertips to your shoulder, push the floor away. Okay, push into the earth, not slumping. My ear is open, you can see that. So I'm not collapsing like this. That's collapse. This is not the pose. You should be pushing into the side of the head, supporting. So you get that really nice twist in the upper back. And then if it's safe to do so, right hand comes around to your back pocket, possibly. Full breath in, full breath out. One more. Unwind. Bring the right arm back to the surface. Roll the forehead. Center and come out gently. Okay, side to side. We'll plant the right hand, kickstand the right leg, extend the left leg long to the back edge of your mat. Coming into Vasisthasana or side plank with the knees supporting. Big circles with the arm. And bring the hand back to the earth. Step your left leg through. How do we want to do this? Yeah, let's come into pigeon. So left knee comes forward. We'll come right into pigeon here. Opportunity or option to take this on your back. Okay, we're seated, figure 4. The the object is to stretch your hip. So that might be different or look different for everybody. Lower the elbows to the floor, bowing forward. And we're going to shift the weight over into the left hip. The right knee, you spin it around, so bend the knee and come into a wide angle here. Take a hold of the big toe, the ankle, the shin, whatever is available, and then reach the left arm up and over. Oh, that's very big stretch there for the inner thigh. Walk the hands forward through the center of the hip. If you have a block handy, place it underneath the head and support if that's available. You could also use the block to support your elbows and bending them so fists can support the forehead. So any variation along there. Anchor to the back side of the knee on the right side, toes pointing up. Inhale, let's come all the way back up the center. Plant your right hand and just take a nice easy stretch. Inhale, center, exhale, up and over to the right. Inhale, center, and to the left. Hand behind the hip, back to the front. Plant your left hand, circle the right, lift up onto the shin, and dig your right heel in. Take 3 big circles with the right arm. One more. As you lower the hip, bring your left foot closer to the right inner thigh, and then we'll square the chest over the straight leg. Inhale here, exhale, reach the left arm to the ankle, outside or outside the foot, and bow in. And now just taking a deeper stretch. Inhale, exhale, full and complete. And then rise back up. And now we're facing the right leg. We're going to pull the right knee in. Now, for those of you who are seated pigeon, you'll just cross right ankle over the left. Now we're on the right hip stretching. You could also lay back and keep the ankle crossed, okay? If you're going into pigeon with me, we'll take the left leg around and bring the right heel towards the groin. bending at a diagonal. So the shin crosses from the right side of your mat to the left, and then square the hips up. And a gentle stretch for your right hip. Bring the hands out forward and lower down to the earth. Full breath in, full breath out. Deep, long breaths, calming to the nervous system. Two more. Release it even more. One more breath. Not short and shallow breaths, but deep, long breaths. And then raise the neck and shoulders. We're going to shift the weight all the way into the right hip, and then make a plan. Gently rotate through the hip. So you're upright with one leg bent, one leg straight here. Grabbing the big toe of the right foot. Inhale, stretch the left foot. Stretch the right arm long. Up and over. Moving and pressing the right hand to the left. So we full side body with a big stretch. Inhale, let's bring it back to center. Plant the hand. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Sway side to side. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. One more time. Let's plant the right hand behind the hip. With a big circle. Mandala of the arm. One more. And lower the hip back to the earth. Take a bow forward. So straight on, use the block as a support vehicle for your forehead. Any height that's appropriate. And now bring it back up to center. Let's scoot your right foot a little closer into the left leg. So we're now square with the left leg. Bring the right hand around the outside of the ankle or foot and bow forward. Janu Shirshasana form. Or head to knee, big breath in, big breath out. Two more. Soften the neck and shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, walk the hands back up to center. And we'll bring both legs in. If you're not already on the back side, lower down, bring the knees into the chest. A little Shri hug here. Side to side, and then circle the knees. Giving your sacrum a little massage in the other direction. And one more big hug. The knees in, all the air out. And bring the feet back to the surface of your mat. Sliding the heels to the corners of the mat. Bring the hands, palms open, and rest. Rest the body, rest the mind, still the mind. Relax, flow the breath in and out like water. One more minute. Lengthening your in-breath. As you exhale, scroll gently to one side, side lying position. Bring it up to seated position in your own time. Again, the hands in Chin Mudra or Jhana Mudra, thumb and finger together. Extending the other fingers out. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in for 4, final breathing exercise. You can do this 3 or 4 times a day. Only 2 or 3 or 4 rounds. And we'll do 3. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 8. Again, inhale 4. Hold 7. Exhale 8. One more time. Inhale 4. Hold 7. Exhale 8. And bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you for joining me in this short, lovely water flow sequence. Namaste.